I'd like to show you a cabinet I made pretty soon after making the Panda router. I wanted to think of a join that would be particularly good for this cabinet. Soon you'll see why this particular join was so handy. It'd be almost impossible to make this cabinet without using a join as strong as the join I was able to use from using the Panda router. Beforehand I'd have to make one by hand, and that's alright for me, but it'd be a little bit too challenging for my students. So I ran this through a Year 10 class, and the project worked pretty good. What it is it's a DVD cabinet. It's got a magnet to make sure that the cupboards close and don't just open up unexpectedly. And I'm fairly sure off memory, it was a little while ago, but I'm fairly sure you fit 10 DVDs in each slot. So there's 40 DVDs that it can hold. So you can see the back of this cabinet. The top of the join runs along here. So it's exposed. That's just a continuation of the side of the cabinet that runs all the way into the bottom. What's cool about this cabinet is that I designed two of them. One was the basic model, and the second one had a secret cabinet installed. I'm always looking for areas to challenge the students to think outside the box, to add something, so it's not just an ordinary piece of furniture, it might be something a little bit more. Now, the secret cabinet in this comes from removing the top, but at the moment it's locked. So even if you know how to remove the top, unless you know the next step, you won't be able to access whatever those secret items are. You have to turn the cupboard around or reach around to the back and remove a pin. Once the pin's been removed, you can then slide the top out. And you can see this little hole where the pin slides through. Once that's been removed, you can take that back out, revealing the secret compartment. And it's not till now that you can see why the strength of the join at top and bottom are so important to this project. Because you've got a lot of weight on a small join. It's very important that that join's strong enough to hold this piece back together. When putting it back together, I made sure that each of these pins that come through here are a little bit longer, so you're not putting them all through at the one time. Once they're through, slots in pretty easy. Reach around the back and the pin's in, locking it into place again. You'll find this model if you type in my name, Dicker, into the SketchUp warehouse, and that's free to download for anyone. When you want to look at this DVD cabinet, the steps are as follows. Step 1 is to download the SketchUp, Google SketchUp program onto your computer. It's free to download. Once that's downloaded, you need to click on here, Get Models, and type in my name. search through until you can find the DVD cabinet. Once you find it, click on it, click the download button, and once it's in here, click to place the item. Now, first of all, you want to select it with the selection tool, or push the space bar, which brings up the selection tool, and right click on it and explode it. That will break it into smaller components. Once that's done, you can do things like check the measurements of different bits of timber. What you have to do is to make sure that you have the large tool set selected, which is this tool set here on the left, and you grab this dimensions tab, click on two corners that you're interested in knowing the distance between, and that will put a measurement on there for you. Another thing you can do is to pull the cabinet apart. So you hit the M key, that allows you to get the move command. I'm just pulling it up on an axis, typing in a measurement and hitting enter. So that's pulled it directly up 600 mil, and you've got the little pin here that you can pull out as well. So it's a little locking pin, and the top, once that's done, you can then pull out that secret panel that's inside. What also you can do is to, if you have a look at the hinges that are on this cabinet, there's a little cross on there. That represents the pivoting point of this door. So you have to push the select key, select your door, get the rotate tool, come on to the bottom, because if you actually try to grab it from that cross, you're not going to rotate it in the right area, because the bottom of this barrel of the hinge is rounded. So what you have to do is you have to scan back, get your rotate tool and hit shift. Keep that shift held down until you can click on the center. Once you've clicked on the center, you can actually you can move around without having to worry. Go back to our rotate tool, click on it, and you can open up those doors. So having this information, it's pretty easy to get all the components you need. If I want to break down this cabinet even more, I'd have to explode it again, and then you can pull apart other components as well. So you can see the joins that were made by using the Panda router. They could be done by hand as well, but if you're doing it so by hand, you'd make a square mortise and tenon joint.